I hope you guys are having an incredible day. Welcome. We are doing day 13 now. My gosh, this week has gone by so quickly. And we're going to be talking about alchemical manifestation today. So let's get started. If you guys are joining, if you guys are new, I'm going to begin to share the live now. So please, if you feel like sharing, you can do so. Let me just come over here and just sharing this so that people can join us if they want to join. Hello, everyone. Samantha, Marilena, love, love, love. Katrin Hodge, Blanca Iris. So wonderful to see you guys. All right, my love. So today we are going to be doing alchemical manifestation. We're going to talk about the physical mechanics of manifestation and how they come into function in this three-dimensional plane. And the reason why it's a perfect segue from yesterday's conversation about the heart alchemization, because that is the key to all of these alchemical practices. In fact, when we input the heart intention into what we're doing, and the alignment occurs between the heart and the mind. So all centers, the lower, the center, and the upper dantian, when these three centers are in alignment, the physical, the emotional, and the non-physical aspect of ourselves, when these three aspects are in alignment, that's when we can actually begin to affect this physical manifestation and begin to create change. So what we want to do is we want to learn how to do that in the physical body. And in today's meditation, we're going to be figuring out how we can remove the blockages that block the alchemization of the materialization or the crystallization process of alchemy, because different stages of creation in which we're at will define what we are creating. Okay. So when we are at a very low state of manifestation and co-creation, we won't be able to manifest as much. That's the thing. And the more we expand, the more we are able to tune in to these incredible states of alignment and coherence and love. That's where we can begin to tune into the frequency of co-creation. So let's take a look at our presentation here. I'm going to go ahead and open because I'm going to share a couple slides with you so that we can all get into the same page as to what we are doing here. Bear with me. Excellent. Okay. So we were briefly talking about, actually, I'm going to need to access, you know what we're going to access is we're going to access the documents from the challenge, because that's where I uploaded everything. And for those of you, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to check that out. I know some of you are still having trouble getting in there. I hope you guys are able to resolve it with the support that the team is providing. For any of you that are having trouble getting into the challenge, just make sure that you message me, let me know so that I can help you and assist you the best way possible. So let's go ahead and see here. I am going to go in. Okay. So this is part of your course material. It is on the website. It is on the information that is available for you. You can access it through the app. It's really easy to access through there. And what we're going to do is we're going to understand the center of manifestation. How does that occur in the body? What's the alchemical process that has to happen in the physical in order to bring these things into manifestation? Our body is an engine of manifestation and co-creation. Okay, so we're going to learn how to ignite. We talked about the transmutation process of elevating our creative life force up into the pineal gland, where we create this incredible ignition that ignites this pineal gland into the activation of producing chemicals that begin to activate higher vision, higher excess. So we're going to be practicing that in addition to understanding how we begin to affect the field. Because this physical body, all these meridian lines in the physical body have both internal points and external points within the field. Every single one of these meridian lines is connected to the endocrine system, which is your chakra system. And the chakra system then is informing the body from which the chakra is managing. So the root layer, let's say the root chakra, the root layer manifests into the first layer of the body, and it addresses all of the aspects of the information that are most dense energy, most close to the physical realm. So when we access this information, we have it's in its most densest form, which means it's most crystallized. From there, what we do with the dense information that we pick up in the first dimensional realm, we can either crystallize it and manifest it into the physical, or we can dissolve it. Okay. But when we begin the process of manifestation into the physical, most of us are very good at manifesting into the physical body, right? Manifestation. How do we do that? For example, let's say we have a lot of belief systems of fear and anxiety. So, fear, over time, we have a belief system that we're not worthy of embodying our higher self. We're not worthy of embodying source and higher wisdom. Therefore, we have this constant program of self sabotage, block, limitation. So, immediately, that is doing several things. It's informing the stagnation of life force from the higher frequency realms that is available to us. And because the resonance in the body is so heavy and dense, and the emotion that we're holding in the body is a heavier emotion, the wavelength that takes over the entire organism is a lower vibration emotion. And what happens is that over time, we become disconnected from the ability to channel higher information through the body, higher frequency information. What kind of frequency information? The kind of frequency information that we can utilize in order to see outside of the physical realm. And what ends up happening is that the physical body no longer can access this information. So let me come over here to share with you the densities, the frequencies, and how they affect the densities once again. Every single one of the frequencies that we tune into is allowing us to access this range of vibrational frequencies. The most densest frequencies are the ones that are most close to the crystallization stage. And because we magnify these vibrational emotions in our body, because we hold on to them and we are manifesting fear emotions, doubt, and anger, it is a combination of two things. First, the subconscious belief system is embedded in the creation of that emotion, and our intention and the energy that we put into it. Okay. And because of that, it immediately begins to affect the output of our body. The creator state that we are on is mostly in the ego state, because that's a vibrational frequency that we're holding in the body. And the creator level that we're at is always going to be that of survival and separation. So these are different ways that we're crystallizing this vibrational frequency. We do it through subconscious belief. Number one, the subconscious belief system is what inputs into the system. Number two, the emotions that we input magnify the belief system. So this is why robotic unconscious behavior is basically an unconscious reinforcement cycle of co-creation, right? But you're creating in a way that's counter-creative because as you can see, when we're embodying these lower density emotions of fear and anxiety, there is no God. There's the belief that there is no God, or there's a false God in which we give all our power to, all our belief systems to, and we're incapable of embodying our own self-empowerment. Okay, so that vibrational frequency in the body literally begins to magnify and embody. And soon enough, these limiting belief systems, because they're dense, they begin to crystallize in the body, and they do so to match the belief and match the vibrational frequency and the emotional environment. What does that mean? That sometimes we get aches and pains because the physical body isn't designed to only hold one band of frequency. It isn't designed to be in a state of depression or anxiety for long amounts of time. When it does go into low depression and anger for a long amount of time, then the body begins to get sick because it is going against nature. Why? Yesterday, we talked about how love, unconditional love, is free flowing, freedom, expression. It is non-limitation. It is the expansion of the self, the highest expansion of the self. So if we're contracting constantly, this vortex of co-creation cannot spin in a way that it can manifest and crystallize higher vibrational emotions and realities, choosing timelines that are in alignment with dense life experiences. So we are stuck in perpetual cycles of suffering and constriction towards ourself, limitation, and fear. So this is very important because the physical body then begins to feel helpless. And yet in this process, because we are so good at manifesting counter-creative activities, right? To the point where we get very sick or we feel very stuck. The body has an intelligence where inherently it knows how to manifest and how to co-create in the highest level. How does it do that? It does it by following the same pattern that we followed for counter creation. Okay, so number one, what was it? Subconscious belief system. So the subconscious belief system of this physical self is that they are unworthy. So what would the opposite of that be? All right, go ahead and say it in the chat. What's the opposite of being unworthy? Right? It is to be worthy, right? To be worthy. What does it mean to embody that worthiness? So for many organisms, for many humans, a lot of these feel good belief systems are inaccessible to us because the system in which we reside and we inherit without questioning, without really checking in if we believe in those systems, we just continue to repeat them. That's what it means to become an unconscious. Basically, you're an artificial intelligence that's very easily programmed. The society tells you what you need to know, how you need to know it, how you need to feel, how you need to behave, what role you need to play, what are good emotions, what are bad emotions. Those are input through all kinds of cultural belief systems, religious values, moral systems that are inverted and confused. They're all mixed up. So we begin to take on these systems because there's some truth to it, because we have an idea that what is bad is causing suffering, but we don't really think that through all the way. We just equate it as sin or something that's not right. So what happens is we embed in many ways this belief system of dualistic compartmentalization. And the compartmentalization, first of all, this organism, this intelligent organism wasn't made for compartmentalization. We see in the physical body that when white light refracts, it compartmentalizes, it organizes in this intelligent system of rainbow. But the rainbow system, it doesn't inherently go into integration. We have this life in the human experience to take this refraction and take it through the process of reintegration and unification. That is the alchemical process. The alchemical process from bringing separation into unity, separation into one, the ability to grab all of the raw material, the raw information, the densest of the densest belief systems and frequencies that embed within our genetic makeup, and transmute that into a highest functioning. Okay, so this is the thing. And so the instrument of this body has such is so interconnected, not only to the earth but to the universe, that it matches the natural cycles, the ebbs and the flows of expansion and contraction. So when we are only in contraction, we are going against the natural cycles. It is inevitable for the body to become ill, for the body to not be able to manifest, for the body not be able to co-create and to come into its highest expression. And most importantly, it severs its connection to source, in which it begins to give away its life force to anything other than its true core self, which, when the true core self, let's go up to the highest level. What is that? It's pure knowing, it's pure consciousness, pure light, it's enlightenment. It doesn't require the form. Form is a definition. Form creates separation, right? So the idea is to become one with everything and find how we can psychologically, emotionally, and energetically, the three major collection centers of life force in the body, and bring them into a unified field of consciousness. We access that through the transmutation process of this information. And in the physical body, this center meridian here is the one that is responsible for that process. Why? Because in the center meridian here of the body, it's called the conception vessel. Okay. And this is in Chinese medicine. But the conception vessel is seen within the center core of the body. When I had my experience and I was taken on board craft, one of the things that they showed me the moment that I began to get very emotional at not connecting or being able to take ownership of these children, these hybrid children that were being presented to me, was a complete review of how we really reside in a field of energy, in a hologram made of frequencies and energies. But what is what distinguishes the human soul from just any energy is that it is the emergence of a co-creation, sovereign entity of manifestation. And it resides and binds into the physical cells of the body, which when it's in the gestation process of the womb, the first thing to manifest is this the brain, and then going down into the spinal cord. This is the center core of manifestation, in which all of our genetic data that connects us to all the organisms on this planet, right? We're just a few codons away from a banana, right? And so that means that our our base genetic code is really informing us and is designed beautifully for unity. So separation is an inversion of what is natural and what is creation in this realm. So this center meridian line is connecting all the major organs of manifestation, the sexual organs, which are the ones that bring life into this three-dimensional realm, the most powerful creative life force, the same life force that's packed into exploding stars, the same life force that is packed into the creation of iron, we create in the physical body through the insemination process. Okay, so we have this incredible power of manifestation and co-creation in our sexual organs. So this energy that is inherent to the human for co-creation it's divine, it's pure divine creation. And we can utilize that in ways that can nourish and enhance our ability to manifest. Okay, so down the center meridian line is also connected to our digestive system, our feeding system, nourishing system, which completely nourishes the entire organs of the body, right? It brings the food and it changes it, absorbing all of the vital nutrients from food, feeding into the organs and creating balance through the elimination vessels of the body. Okay, so we go up to the thymus in the center of the heart. Really, really important. The thymus is allowing this incredible expansion of the heart chakra, which creates coherence. And this is the key to unlock the lower dantian in the ability of manifestation process. So if a sexual act is created without the coherence, without the connection of the heart, the whatever comes to life of that, and mind you that we are creating all the time. What we're speaking creates, what we think creates, what we intend creates. Every frequency that is emitted from the body has a different vibrational frequency, different wave. So its manifestation rate will change. The more dense it is, the slower it will take into manifestation. And in order to crystallize something into matter, there has to be input of emotion into what we're co-creating. Okay, so that's very important. And usually that emotion that we put into things is usually subconscious, because the subconscious is what actually brings into manifestation into the physical realm. So that's why our subconscious belief systems are actually absolutely 100% responsible for the life experience, patterns, the ways that we feel, illnesses that we have in the physical body create an environment. And deprogramming is essentially important in order to shift those programs, okay, which we're going to do. So after the center heart of coherence, when this is in coherence with creation of life, what is created, the child that's created from that union, is activating higher bands of DNA, access. It becomes a vortex that spins faster. And what happens when that happens is that there's an implosion process that allows the soul to unite into this physical body, that when this little cell begins to duplicate into, through mitosis into this organism, the organism latches on because of its potent power of creation, which it was infused with, a soul that can match that vibrational frequency. So a child that is created from that pure intention has activated DNA, and most likely when they're born are beginning to really remember past lives. They are activated. They remember past lives. They remember interdimensional aspects. Their understanding of time and space is incredibly advanced because they have activated that vision and access to something beyond the physical three-dimensional realm. And each new human that is created in that way is encoded with information that allows the healing. It's like a jump in the genetic code of the ancestral lineage. So this is really important. When children are created through suffering and pain, the child that is encoded in there will experience a difficult time, and they oftentimes, unless the soul is very, very strong, and it normally is when it comes into these kinds of karmic lives, it begins to slowly wake up through its life. Okay, so these are different ways. There's no right or wrong. It's just the way that through this incredible explosion of life force, different manifestation of consciousness is attaching to the physical. And we need to understand that, because everything that we put intention to is the difference between counter creation and creation. So let's go up into the throat. The throat is the creation of vibrational frequency. We create with sound, with vibrational frequency through our words, our intentions, singing, mantras, people that are doing mantras, all of that. When you do mantras, especially some of these ancient monk techniques to vibrate the entire body, this is the center meridian line that's vibrating, and it's very much in alignment with waking up this energy from the Kundalini energy, which is the life force of creation at the base of the spine. It activates that over time. Okay, that's why some mantras can really help people break away from fear and limiting belief systems. But it takes more than that, because there's an integration process and emotional healing work. The end of this line ends in the tongue, which is why the tongue becomes, it's like the end muscle that creates a circuit connection into the brain meridian here in the forehead. Okay. And so what happens with the tongue is that it closes the circuit of energy. And because the mouth and the throat is one organ, that the sexual organ is actually this whole organ, the mouth all the way down to our perineum. Essentially, this is the cultivation of life force that we want to strengthen, and it very much functions like a muscle. When you exercise it, you create a strong cultivation of energy in that space. And muscle-wise, when you do these transmutation breathing, like we've been doing, pulling up that life force into the body, you also strengthen your organs, your sexual organs. And this is really good for people when they age, because we have this wrong idea that we don't exercise these parts of our body. And then by the time we get older, because we think it's all about just releasing life force, this is why we deplete and we age. We age quicker when we deplete, especially sexual energy. Okay. And also the organs in the lower body are portal ways. They're vortices that when we don't cultivate them, they become inactive, stagnant. People end up with prostate cancer. People end up with all kinds of uterine issues, the females, right? The percentage of women that end up with uterine complications is overwhelming. And in general, the health of our sexual organs in our modern day society is really disastrous, because it is an inversion. We have lost our understanding of what it means to create. And that happens when you take the human and you tell them that their creation depends on the external world, the physical. When you distract the human to attach to the physical realm, they completely lose the ability to train the parts of their body that are meant for manifestation. So these techniques that are being shown here are to enable yourself to create the environment in the physical body to anchor higher bands of frequency through your body. When you do not exercise energy and learn how to cultivate life force, even just with breathing, even just with energy awareness, even with just absorbing life force from nature, naturally, practicing the ebb and flow of life force through the body comes out of balance and it becomes severed from its connection to source. Now, this meridian line doesn't just end at the tongue, because when it connects up into the brain system, it connects into the thalamus, and it connects up into the pineal gland. Okay, so it's in this circuit that is created of energy that we close the runway of life force. Okay, so the energy goes from the root all the way up into the crown, into the brain, and creates this circular network of energy that you begin to create. This movement of energy moves the vortex that is spinning around your body, allowing the life force to braid through the center of the body. Feminine and masculine become balanced, and therefore your vortex can move, the vortex around your body. Okay, this vortex, you see how this vortex begins to move? That spin is created by the braiding of the life force that moves fluidly through the center core of the body. And we open channels of life force through the body with the removal of debris in the multidimensional body, which is a direct holographic reflection of subconscious emotional blockages in the physical, psychological, and even in the etheric realm. Okay, we are continuing the work. The work is not only about this physical life, it becomes about the etherical interaction as well, because we are at the point now collectively, as you know, where interdimensionality is going to be a new norm for us, and we have to train, because that is part of our ascension. It is part. What is ascension? Ascension simply means that we are becoming creators and one with the universe, one with all. So we can't enter pure knowing, pure love, and pure consciousness if we think we're separate from anything outside of us. And when we do transmutation, we begin to access vision into the non-physical realm. We're going to be encountering all kinds of things in the non-physical realm. Beings, entities, whatever it is, fractals of ourself, which we are interconnected to as one. We need to learn how to navigate that. And the only way to do that is through pure unconditional love, consciousness, unity consciousness. And the embodiment of unconditional love is this ultimate access into freedom, that free, that expression. When this human organism knows itself so well that nothing can move it out of its knowing of itself, it now has embodied safety. It now has embodied its protection that it was looking for externally. It now has embodied the ability to consciously co-create into the physical. Okay, so manifestation then becomes a system. And how to activate the system is utilizing these chakras right here. Okay, that we close the circuit of energy here. As we move the life force up into the pineal gland, we begin to activate the higher vision, which allows us to unlock the 7th and 8th dimensional plane. The 7th and 8th is tuning in to the earth realm, to all of the morphogenetic field, which this is your morphogenetic field. You begin to unlock into the morphogenetic field of the actual planet that you are residing on. And it's within this morphogenetic field that is encoded the information of everything that is and everything that has the potential of becoming. When we enter into these 7th and 8th dimensional planes, we begin to have access to the creative life force of the earth in addition to ourselves. So in other words, we become the unison of feminine and masculine integration. And the earth becomes our partner for co-creation. It's almost as if we give life when we are aligning with earth, with nature. Now we can begin to affect matter. Now we can begin to master the 3-dimensional plane. That is available through the activation of the 7th and 8th chakra. Because the 7th and 8th chakra is this Akashic record. So it holds all of the records of our ancestors, our past lives, everything that is manifested or has manifested through us as us in the 3-dimensional plane. So we can access past lives. past lives being simultaneous lives in which we are continuously repeating patterns, and we can discover why we're doing those patterns. When I was doing this work, what I discovered is that I was able to go to every single one of my past lives, and that helped me because it helped me understand how many of my fractals were simultaneously being affected by the choices I was making in this realm. And this is something that you need to understand, that everything that you do in this realm affects the collective in such a way. I'm not just talking about the Earth collective, because the Earth is an extension of you. Literally, the Earth is extension of you. You co-create the Earth. The hologram of the Earth is co-created within the agreement and program that we are collectively co-experiencing here on planet. So all of these aspects of yourself, you'll notice that the information of becoming human is organized as archetypes. Why archetypes? Because they are ranges of frequency. Just like we have the rainbow within the body, we also are organized in an intelligent, self-organized manner through frequencies on the planet Earth. Every single human. Every human holds different frequencies at different times, but together we make a whole. Every single human. And we're going to embody many different ranges of colors through our life, hopefully, right? Because if you're always in one color, then you're not evolving. You're just being a repetitive programmed. But the co-creator goes through many ranges of frequencies. And this is something important to know, that if that learning, or this learning process as a human, it's a cyclical process. So we're always going to access highs and lows of our learning. Always. We're going to have moments where we are more awake and moments where we're going to feel more densities, because everything in this universe is functioning and moving in a spiral movement. We are moving towards high frequency collectively movements, and then lower frequency movements. And higher frequency, we move faster, seemingly. Lower frequency, it's slower. Okay. And for example, over the past couple years, we went through a collective density that was really, really dense. And it forced people to wake up. We needed that density in order to create that ignition, like a collective Kundalini rising type of situation that allowed many people to come out of their comfort zone into awareness. So that was necessary. And we go through those phases. So in the process, we don't want to get stuck with any one moment, with any one color, or any one frequency that we might be experiencing. We're going to allow ourselves to choose. Okay. So let's take a look at what happens then in the 7th and 8th chakra when we begin to manifest everything that we want to co-create. Everything that we want to co-create from this center core, the subconscious mind, okay, which is encoded all of the programs, primarily operating here in the part of us that is most primal and in survival mode. The whole brain is communicating from there. But these centers begin to activate the 7th and 8th chakra for manifestation. And what brings that manifestation into the physical is the coherence with the heart. Remember, yesterday we talked about the heart being the alchemist, because in order for low to become high, it has to go through love, which is unconditional. It has to go through the filter of unconditional awareness. So whatever you are looking to manifest in your life, first, you have to get very clear what that is by knowing yourself better. And every color that you choose to be at this rate, this current time, this is why I ask you to create a color that represents your highest vibrational frequency, not the best in the enlightened self, because again, this is a learning process. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. And that color that you illuminate into the 8th goes down into the seventh. The seventh chakra functions like a refraction mechanism. It allocates this high vibrational intention into every area of your life. So you need to choose the areas of your life that need this nourishment and maintain a balance. So career, family, relationship, health, vitality, love, all of those aspects of yourself. And this will allow you to shift out of the dormant cycles of unconscious co-creation into the cycle of manifestation as you begin to become the creator state. So this is when you begin to completely choose what you are co-creating. Okay? We're activating here the seventh. We are no longer at the effect of things, but we begin to be at cause, which is the one that begins to co-create. Okay? So I will stop it there and we will go into the meditation. I want you guys to get really nice and comfortable. I want you to inhale deeply, breathing. You're going to close your eyes. Go ahead and bring yourself fully into your body. With every breath you take, allowing yourself to inhale deeply this life force in your body. Visualize that all around you is a golden light that you can nourish the body. Inhale deeply. And as you inhale in your body, we're going to ask every cell of the body to wake up consciousness, to come into awareness. I want you to become aware of your space. Take your attention out to your energetic body. Go ahead and tune in. Notice the parts of your body that are unaware, unconscious, dark, not visible, not accessible, and take your attention there. Enlighten that part of your body. Visualize a field around your body. And make that field solid, whole, and healthy. Breathing deeply. Now that you see your field around you completely solid, completely in one piece, take your attention to the root chakra at the base of the spine. Go ahead and shrink that chakra down to the size of a dime. Sacral, shrink it down to the size of a dime. Solar, shrink it down to the size of a dime. Go up to the heart, taking a nice deep breath. Go ahead and expand the heart as wide as possible, opening the center of coherence and unconditional love. Expand it all around you. Focus on the back, expanding the back. Go up into the throat, expand the throat chakra, opening the center of communication and expression. Go up into the third eye now. Activate the third eye, expand the third eye, front and back. Go up to your seventh, activate the seventh, right above the crown of the head. Go up to the eighth. Go ahead and activate the eighth and fill it in with the color of your highest vibrational frequency. It's the first color that comes to mind. Don't second guess it. It might be more than one color. That's okay. Illuminate the eighth. Take it down into the seventh. Activate the seventh. Activate into the center of your career, abundance, love, consciousness, joy, harmony, into the area of co-creation, creative life force, sexual energy, and money. All of the exchanges, intimacy, balance, health, your spiritual work, and finally your purpose. Fill it in. As you set the intention that you are in alignment in all these areas of your life, allow yourself to see your eighth and your seventh chakra illuminated. We're going to go deeper. From the center of the earth, I want you to pull up a color that represents a very healing color for you. Go ahead and visualize that healing color coming up into the body, creating a vortex of energy around the body. Breathing. Allow yourself to be still and feel that rotation of life force, beginning to activate any stagnation in the lower dantian, the root sacral solar. From source, go ahead and bring down a powerful wave of golden light that comes and combines with this green light force swirling around the body. Visualize that this cosmic and earth energy will begin to pick up debris from these 13-dimensional layers. Set the intention that you are activating your field and that you are willing to release anything that no longer serves you at this time. Breathing. Okay, go ahead and connect with your body now as you begin to connect with the physical. Breathing deeply. Allow yourself to connect with your physical body and notice the parts of your body that are tense, that are holding on, that are resisting, that are needing or wanting to control you or anything external around you. So these are the tightened muscles, these reactions in the body, whether conscious or unconscious, are the blocks that do not allow you to manifest. So be mindful of that as you look at your body. Notice the parts of your body that are stagnant. Take your focus to those parts of the body. And I want you to be absolutely present with the sensations that are there in the physical body. As you sit with these sensations, I want you to notice any kind of discomfort that might come up. Begin to observe in that discomfort the emotions that begin to arise. Visualizing that you are going to describe those discomforts, all the uncomfortable feelings, as emotions. If this is hard for you, it's because there's been a disconnect between your emotional and your physical body. It's because of trauma, disconnect, disassociation. But I want you to gently try, go past any judgment or any fear that you might be wrong or that you might not be getting the right thing. Sometimes it's going to feel that you're going to be saying awkward words or names, and that's okay. In order to describe what you're feeling, that's okay. Say it until it starts to flow. Speak whatever comes as a result of focusing on those body sensations. Notice how, as you focus on it, this intensity begins to shift to other parts of your body. What you're doing right now is you're beginning to unlock, you're beginning to unbraid all of the programs of resistance that are in your body. So continue going. Follow the feelings of the body to the parts of tense, anxieties, fears, angers. And as you name them out, as you acknowledge them, you will begin to see that it relieves them. It relieves the tension and leaves you with an insight on what you're holding on to. Don't judge what you see, just keep moving. As you observe these uncomfortable feelings in the body, allow it to take you to a place where the most intense, suppressed part of your body is holding important information. Go ahead and connect with that sensation of the body and describe it as an emotion. Sometimes it will take some time to really dive into the body sensation for you to be able to describe what it feels like. That's okay. Take your time. Breathing deeply. Remembering to breathe and remembering to close the first three chakras during this entire practice in order to remain as neutral as possible with the information that you're finding. Some of these body parts will ignite strong emotions. They will trigger strong memories of the past. Okay, the judgment is what makes them intolerable and difficult to look at. So come back into neutrality, focus on the breath, focus on the body, come into imagine that not only are you observing, but you become almost like a childlike curiosity where there is no expectation or judgment about whether it's good or bad. You're just going to watch and explore your own emotional body as if you're exploring something and learning, as you're interested in discovering truth through your physical body. So go ahead and tune in to the emotion that's the strongest now. You probably went through several different kinds of emotions. So I want you to select from these emotions which one is the strongest one that keeps coming up, doesn't quite seem to change as you move through the body. Take some time to feel it, understand it, and name out the emotion, identify it. Go ahead and sit with this emotion that you've identified for a moment. I want you to observe it. Notice the judgments that you make around this emotion. Notice how it has impacted your life. How much impact has this belief had on your life? Whether it was in feeling it intensely, suppressing it, or blocking it. Notice how your personality has changed as a result of this emotion, if at all. Notice if it's changed any major life decisions for you. As you acknowledge these things, your body will be adjusting. Some of you might feel ringing in the ear, popping in the ear, sounds, movements, the body adjusting, releasing, all kinds of movements as a result, because as you're going to discover through this practice, emotion is very physical. It's the densest frequencies which we hold in the body that become crystallized in the body. Right now, you are transmuting the emotion by taking it from the crystallized form through awareness into now a thought. And that thought, you begin to find the root. That is where you're going to find the raw material that you will then transmute into gold, which is from the lowest to the highest. So as you identify the thought that's at the root of this emotion, go ahead and notice that thought. Notice how it makes you feel. Ask yourself if it is true. Most important, we're going to fact check it by seeing, is it an inversion of nature, of what is natural, what is the natural ebb and flow, cycles, creation and destruction? Or is it only in one or the other of these cycles? If it's in one or the other of these cycles, it means that we're only looking through one filter. It's limiting our truth, limiting our ability to see, act, and be sovereign. This is a self-imposed limitation. So as you allow this part, this belief system, to go through these questions, I want you to ask yourself if you're in agreement with this kind of counter belief system. What would the opposite look like? What would you look like if you embodied the opposite of this belief system? Just observe without judgment. Doesn't mean it's better or worse. Just observe. And And as you begin to observe that, begin to see the shifts that are available to you through here. As you begin to notice the openings that are available, observe yourself in this new belief. How would you apply this into your life now? Take a look at all the parts of yourself that you saw previously that were playing out these belief systems, and try it on them. How does the opposite feel on each one of those scenarios? And you can have hundreds of these scenarios in your life. Just take a couple, work on a couple for now. You can take time to do this in your daily meditation now that you have found where to go and what to focus on. Notice how much limitation these old emotions caused you, how they limit your choices, how they limit your ability to manifest. And as you embody the new way of thinking, the new belief systems that you're discovering right now through your body mind, you're being an explorer in the realm of vibrational frequencies. You are tasting many ranges of frequencies as you go through these emotions and these experiences, and you're applying them into your body. Okay. So as you do that, go ahead and allow yourself to see all of the fractals of yourself beginning to integrate. I just want you to observe them as they receive this new option. How do they feel? Begin to notice if you feel more of an expansion, more of an expression, more of an ability to be free. That is creation. That is creative life force. You'll notice that these parts of you are bubbling with life. They're bubbling with possibility and opportunity. That is the embodiment of white light, which is infinite potential. It is all the rainbows, all the rainbow colors, ranges of frequency, potential experiences, timelines. Everything is available to the human because the human is a creature that creates. So as you begin to see these parts of you become illuminated and expanded in their awareness, energy, frequency, begin to see your fractals beginning to merge into one self in front of you. As these fractals begin to merge, see this new self in front of you, this integrated self. How do they look? What is different with them? Right now, you are teaching yourself how to become a creator. Go ahead and see that part of you. Inhale into your body. This part of you, you're going to integrate into the root, the sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye. 7 bodies in, 7 bodies out, all charges down to 0, negative, infinite. As you allow your body to integrate this new self, this is who you are. Begin to open that root chakra. From the root chakra, I want you to begin to collect all of the belief systems that hinder you from creation in the root chakra. You'll know intuitively which ones they are. See that now. Remember that the root chakra is the base of creation, the base of feeling safe, feeling at home. So go ahead and visualize that you are releasing any blockages around the areas of survival. Any parts of you and belief systems that hinder you from being grounded in order to co-create. How is not being grounded hindering your ability to create? How is attaching to physical things, materialism. How is seeking stability hindering your ability to manifest, or always looking for that safe place? And for the men, this is the root in which the testicles, the sexual organ. How is sex or desires, imbalanced desires, blocking your ability to manifest? Insecurities. Go ahead and release them from the body. For the women, it's about the sexual organ, the tailbone, the feet, the reproductive system. How is our doubt in manifestation and creation and security not allowing us to bring things into life? The judgment of sexuality, our desires, and fear. Take a look at all the programs around fear that paralyze you from the ability to co-create and manifest. Release them from all 13-dimensional layers of the body. As you acknowledge each one, do not get caught up and entangled emotionally. Come back to the neutral observer. You're just curious. You're just exploring yourselves. Just observe. You don't need to react. You don't need to judge what you discover. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Simple. Come back to neutrality. Go up to the sacral chakra. Go ahead and open that sacral chakra back into a balanced state. Okay, this is the center of relationships, exchanges. How are our relationships with ourselves and others blocking our ability to manifest? Our fears of intimacy, fears of asking for our needs to be met, our emotional needs. How are imbalanced giving and receiving exchanges blocking our ability to manifest in our lives? Do we feel unworthy, worthy of receiving, giving? Do we feel a sense of lack all the time when there isn't enough mentality? Those are major blockages in manifestation. Let them go. This is the area of the sacral, the abdomen, the spleen, the urinary tract, the kidneys, the ovaries, the uterus. This is the center of our blood, the gonads. So clear out of these spaces any illnesses that we've developed in the parts of the body. This is all about letting go, freedom, once again, unconditional love, letting go of judgment of yourself and others, the little cages that we create for ourselves because of our shame and judgment towards desires. Whatever desire that is, it comes from somewhere. So it's just a matter of understanding what you need. Okay, go up into the solar plexus now, opening the solar plexus. Go ahead and tune into your body, all of the programs in which you're unable to manifest. The solar plexus is the center of willpower, desire, power, your authority, the personal authority. This is the center of your energy and vitality. So which one of these programs is inverted? Do we abuse power? Are we afraid of power? Do we deplete our energy in things that do not nourish us and therefore cannot create, cannot manifest? Do we not trust our inner control, our self-control? Do we just allow ourselves to go and get lost in the sensation body, feeling and sensation body, whether it's with depression, emotions, desires? These are habits, drug use, anything that pulls us away from generating our own potential creation, our vital energy. This is the center of battery. And this is usually where our gut is affected. So your biome, right? Our willpower is messed up, we eat a lot of sugar and we feed entities in the biome. So of course our life force is fed and produced for them rather than for you, right? So this is the center of emotions. Where do you disrespect emotions in a way where you misuse your emotional life force? You get stuck in emotions, you don't process them, you embody them, you crystallize them into pain and suffering in the body. All of that is a blockage of manifestation. Clear that out. Okay. We cannot have purpose when we are processing these belief systems. Okay. Taking a nice deep breath, go up into the heart now. And in the heart center, this is the center of balance and love. Okay, so where are we in the center of balance and love? Are we imbalanced in our lives? Where are we feeling disconnected, either from source or from others? This hinders your ability to manifest because you don't believe there's an infinite source through you, as you. This is compassion and the house of ego. So are you egoic? Are you allowing the ego to make all the choices, therefore keeping you in little cages of separation? This is the area of connection and self-esteem and forgiveness. If you can't forgive others, and especially yourself, you cannot manifest. You are not a conduit of life force because you're at war with yourself. So an organism that is at war with the self will never create. It'll only counter create. It can counter create like no tomorrow. But all of those things will maintain it in a counter creative cycles. Okay. So are our emotions out of balance? This is the center of emotional balance, affecting the heart, the lung, the lymphs, the immune system, right? So if our relationship with our self-esteem, with forgiveness, with love, self-love especially, is out of balance, we don't love the self, the immune system immediately begins to attack the body. So again, are you at war with yourself? If you have a lot of allergies, you're at war with yourself. Okay, this is blood pressure goes up, circulation in the body. Okay, if you take something that isn't good for you and you end up having circulation problems, you are at war with your choices also, and that contributes to death, essentially, cancers. This is the area of sharing and trust. So do you trust yourself? Again, if you do not trust yourself, you cannot co-create, because what will be created? You don't believe that you are a creator. So release those programs. Go up to the throat, expand the throat. The throat's the center of communication. Are you able to communicate, express? Are you able to heal your body? Do you believe in your healing abilities? Do you see only yourself as an individual separate from the whole, or do you see yourself as one collectively? Okay, are you able to articulate? Are you creative? Are you tuning into your creativity, or do you suppress that, thinking that it's imbalanced? That's the imbalanced masculine speaking, right? So anytime we have either feminine and masculine, one is overpowering the other. And we know that clearly when someone cannot manifest, when they don't love themselves, when they don't love others, this is the imbalance of one or the other. When they come into balance, inherently, we are able to manifest. So this is the yin and yang center of the body. Okay. So taking a look at where we have imbalances and we are embodying the imbalanced masculine and feminine. This is the area of the parathyroid, the ears, the sinus, and the respiratory system. So if you have a lot of flus, if you have a lot of colds that keep manifesting in your body, you are suppressing your expression. So how are you not creating with your voice, communicating? This is about openness. If you're constricted, closed, judgment, your ideas, you're in the analytical mind all the time, cannot manifest, cannot create. It is the center of life force, right? This is the sexual organ, main center cord of life force. Okay, go up into your third eye now. Go ahead and open the third eye, clearing out all the blockages in which you do not trust your intuition, right? If you can't be in alignment with your intuition and use your intuition for your actions, you won't be in alignment with the results of what you're co-creating. So this is the center of understanding yourself and the whole, seeing beyond the five senses, all the physical realm. This is the center of imagination. If you have a hard time imagining, you're not it's going to be difficult to manifest. So you have to go into that unconditional love freedom to be able to allow your mind to flow beyond the limitations of fear. It's that inner knowing. Do you know? Go ahead and release all the blockages that feel that they don't know. Not from the ego or having to hold on or take knowledge as an egoic part, just the knowing that is connected to the whole. This is that oneness that is in alignment with nature. This is directly connected with the nervous system, with the endocrine system, the autonomic system, the nervous. So all of these runways of life force, when we are not in alignment with our knowing and with our intuition, we have a lot of nervous system problems. People get epilepsy, people get problems, with stress, anxieties, and severe mental issues as a result of this. So it manages the hypothalamus, the eye. So release all the programs that don't allow you to manifest as a result of your disconnect with your intuition. Okay. You're going to go up into your crown finally. As you enter into the crown, this is the center of clairvoyance, of enlightenment and unity consciousness, higher values. Okay. Are you operating by low values in your life? Do you value low density counter creation as opposed to unconditional love? This is the area of your metabolism affecting your RNA and DNA, your connection to the whole. So this is where we want to start looking at the epigenetic co-creation process that occurs through the crown. Again, it occurs through the crown. So go ahead and release all the programs that hinder your ability to manifest, bring things into creation. Okay, excellent, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Go ahead and open your eyes as you allow yourself to connect with your body and all of the fractals of yourself that you have integrated into yourself. This is the center of manifestation, and the alchemical process is to balance these and to take from a crystallized form into a fluid state, which you can then transmute. Okay, so I hope this helped you today. And I'm just going to jump into the chat really quickly to see if we have any questions. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Hello, Bob. So great to see you. Eric Rouge, thank you so much for that super chat. Much love to you. Thank you very much. Blanca Iris, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will not give up. Much love, Geraldine. Much love, Eric. You're amazing. Blanca says, which feeling, emotion, or physical symptoms imbalance the nervous system? So that was the third eye, the intuition. The autonomic nervous system gets affected by the third eye as a result of our lack of understanding and connection, right? And so take a look at your patterns. Is that something that do you mistrust your intuition? There's a disconnect there because the intuition is the non-physical vibrational frequency that it is absorbed through the skin and directly into the nervous system that allows the information of the body to react to it. So if we're in a constant state of reaction and survival, we're always going to be interrupted from that pure knowing that is available to you. Okay. Darina, so great to have you. Lisa Davy, thank you for that super chat. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Christine, so good to see you. Anders, if the sun is related to the crown chakra, which chakra is related to the earth? So all of the different planets are connected to the chakra systems, different chakras, different planets, because they hold the vibrational frequency of and the elements of these specific frequencies. The heart is really the sun is the life force generator of the whole system. So I mean, we're an extension of the earth, essentially. Okay. The fact that you manifested in this earth as a whole, you are part of this earth. So Marilena says, thank you, Geraldine. But I will say that the earth is as it's the fourth planet in the solar system, it's primarily connected to the center of the heart. Okay. And the sun is actually connected mostly to the solar plexus integration of these two systems. We become a sun when we have this integration process. So the heart, that's why the heart chooses the color green, because the earth as well chooses that color because it's a vibrant creative life force, and that's what you are. You are creation. Samantha, what does sleeping between the meditation represent? It means that you have a lot of emotions that haven't been addressed. And when we come into meditation and running energy can be very heavy for people that have a lot of dense energy within them. So take the time to work with emotions. It's good that you're repairing, you're going in for deep repair when you sleep, but also your posture, and it's a defense mechanism. It doesn't want to address the emotions that come up in the meditation, so it checks out. Okay. Just like yawning, remember, yawning is the spleen releasing all of the stuff that it hasn't been releasing out of the body. Sleeping in between the meditation means that a part of you is checking out. So sit up really straight, cross your legs, in this lotus meditation. And as you keep your spine straight and breathing down to the base of the spine, it'll be hard for you to fall asleep. Bring yourself back into awareness. Focus your awareness on your body. Pay attention to what you're doing. Don't allow the feeling of emotions to make you want to run away. Notice what happens. Stay with the emotion. Okay. When we're in dormant states for too long, especially when we have a lot of TV or radio patterns that take us into hypnosis a lot, when we go into meditation, usually we will check out. So try to break those patterns. Okay, Samantha, great job. Darina says, we'll catch up. Thank you for being here, Darina. Thank you for answering and going into detail. You're very welcome. Good morning. How can we join your telepathic class? Yeah, let me put that here in the chat. If you want to join the class tomorrow, it's going to be an awesome class. We're going to get into all the mechanics of utilizing telepathic abilities and how we do it, and more importantly than the lecture is the practice. This is what I am most the reason why I'm doing this is so that you practice, and we're going to team up together. We're going to go into breakout rooms and we're going to practice telepathy with each other. Okay, this is what we're going to do. So I want you guys to there's the link. I put it in the chat. I'm going to put it in twice here in case you guys can't get it. Yeah, go ahead and get it from there. It's on Hybrid Mother under support group. You can get it there. Okay. All right. So let me see what other questions over here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I love the meditation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vicky. Dung, dig up, powerful, moving, enlightenment, freedom. Thank you so much. Love you. Thank you so much. Is it a problem if I imagine pink for love? I don't really see it as green. Okay, yeah. So sorry for the confusion. We'll have to go into understanding colors. Color theory is essential to understanding the language of vibrational frequency and emotions. Unconditional love, self-unconditional love is pink. When we need to focus on unconditional self-love, a lot of you will see pink. And with every color that you put into your crown, make sure you're adding a little bit of gold to help you heal and support the healing that you're doing, okay? Green is the color of the earth and it's the color of the heart frequency. But as you see, it's just one frequency that is a general rule. Your heart specifically might have a different color in the heart, and it depends on what you're processing. These are just general frequencies, okay? Your heart, every single one of you that's here has different colors in your chakras. You have to know what they are in order to understand what you need to do to heal them once you understand color theory. And the color will tell you a lot about where you're at, okay? Okay, there are changes in chakra system in ascension, and the earth is the whole body and related to the heart chakra in 5D, I guess. Okay, there's changes in chakra system. I don't think there's any changes in the chakras, Anders, because they're simply vortices that transfer different frequencies. And the human that is incarnated in the physical matrix is encoded with the energy systems that requires for him to come into form. And depending on what form he's going to take or they're going to take, those chakras will contribute to the manifestation of that form. So if you incarnate as a Pleiadian, you have a completely different construct. If you activate your DNA and you have interdimensional contact and you're constantly navigating, you're going to activate more chakras up because seemingly up, right, in the field, because you are accessing higher ranges of frequency that you can see and interact in. So that's really what that's about. So the concept of 5D, I don't believe that we're just going into a 5D. I think that we're collectively evolving into many different octaves of vibrational frequency. And we are moving into this different octave as a collective that allows you to have access to more chakras in your field. Okay, so the next octave that we're moving into is 24. 13, 24. Okay. And so that means that we're going to start activating and accessing up to 24 dimensional chakras. Some of you are already there, right? I've activated into the 55th and others. And many of you guys are constantly moving in these higher dimensional planes. So please listen to your body, explore your body, see where you're at. That's what matters. Can you talk about how to help learn low sperm count? Yeah, that's a really long conversation, my love. I will talk about that. I'm not sure if I will make it public on this channel. I think I'll probably want to do a private group for that just because it's a sensitive topic. But it's really important because when we have low creative life force, there's two ways that it affects that, okay? The center meridian that connects you to ancestral lineages. When we have a lot of constriction and creation in our ancestral lineage, we're born with oftentimes less just genetically. So we need to regenerate our ability to co-create. We have to want to co-create. And most of the belief systems that we have as a result of the ancestral lineage are to cut and end these lineage. We need to understand why. What's the agreement? Sometimes we are born to end lineages, our own lineage, because we've dealt too much in parasitic cycles. And so ending a lineage by not procreating with your genetic data might be the best for your soul contract. Okay, so this goes into some pretty deep topics about just your purpose in this maintaining the balance. However, as you understand that we do have free will, we can always create. Once we agree with creating, you can begin to generate that life force in your body to create consciously. It's an invitation for you to create really consciously. Okay. So we'll talk a little bit about that. It's a deep topic. I might touch a little bit on that here, but it deserves an entire series or course. Okay. Samantha says, yes, pink and blue came to my mind this time. Awesome. Lisa Davy, I feel my crown activating the more I get morning sunshine. Is that normal to feel the top of the skull and back of the head twitching or feeling tingles? Yes, it is. Allow it to activate. Allow it to activate, and focus on the information that you're allowing to come in through that crown, okay, to that third eye. Green, the earth, love, nice. Is green is also related to Venus, love. Well, Venus is really uh it's it's the it's the fifth planet. Let me just make sure that's right. I believe it is. Can you guys tell me, is that correct? I believe it is. Um, yeah, so what that is mainly connected with other systems of the subconscious mind. And actually, I think I'm going to do a video on the planets in the body. I think that would really help. We will do that. Dorina, thank you. Samantha, I usually sleep when you clear lower body and wake up when we're at the throat. Perfect, Samantha. That is exactly what I was just telling you, right? So this means that we have dealt with a lot of stuff in our life, right? Lots of traumatic things. But the thing is, my love, that now it's time for you to be your healer in a way where you are accessing that information, of course, whenever you're ready. So when you feel ready, get yourself ready in a position that you will access whatever comes up without checking out. Okay. This will help you heal everything that's occurring in many parts of your life. Okay, 5D, more of a generic new age term, I guess, like the new earth. Yeah, yes, Anders. That's correct. And I don't resonate with that because I don't see it that way. And I know many other visionary people that have had access to these realms also don't see it that way. But please trust in what you see and what you resonate with. Brian Cantu, good evening, everyone. Welcome. Yes, this resonates so hard. Nobody's talking about this, and it's very important. Yep. Pamela Rose, interesting. I would love the course if possible. Okay, yeah, we'll put that on the books. Thank you, Geraldine, for all you do. Thank you so much. Wowie, thank you, Geraldine. So powerful. Love you, Megan. Thank you so much. Sun Lazuli, I have been clearing so much since we began this challenge. It's been so supportive of what I've been ready to clear and upgrade. Thank you so much for sharing this info and energetic tools. Thank you so much, Sun, for being here and for doing the work. Do you epilepsy is karmic? So essentially all illnesses can be karmic as they are part of the inherited genetic database of potential illnesses, but it really depends on the individual, how they are going to react and process the illness or continue to create an environment to sustain illness. The thing is that every human, whatever illness you have, can either contribute to creating an environment that will enhance the side effects of the illness or assist in diminishing the effects of the illness in order to live a more full and balanced life. The closer to neutrality we come into, the 0 point, the less the illness will affect you in your everyday life. And this has been definitely studied by many people that focus on transmutation processes, healing the mind over the matter, activating the higher functions of the body, regulate the entire system. So we know this for a fact. So this is something that you can address depending on how. Okay. Second planet. Oh, Venus is the second planet. All right, that makes sense. Okay, sorry, I'm too tired right now, guys. We'll do a video on the planets. Wishing you all a wonderful week. Amazing. Do you think epilepsy is karmic? Sorry, Brooke, did I answer that for you? Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I can't think right now. I'm very tired. I love you very much. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.